All right, welcome back. So the project's basically done. We just need to add some visuals to this. So one thing I forgot in the last video I want to really add, we say you won, but we never update the wins and losses. So I just really quickly want to say down here, if you win, then change the number of wins by 1. And if you lose, change the number of losses by 1. Okay, so just wanted to add that little thing I forgot in the last video. So this whole video is about adding UI. So I'm going to rename this. So we go up here and I'm going to rename this to narrator because that's narrating. Then I'm going to add another one. And this one's just going to be called, I'm going to call it the pen because I'm going to use it to write other things. So the narrator, I'm going to go ahead and at the beginning of the program, I'm just going to go ahead and hide it. And as you click play, it still asks the question and will still say things. So as I say A, it will still, oh, it doesn't say the things anymore. Okay, that's a good one. I forgot about that. What we're actually going to do is instead of hide, we are going to show. And then an easy fix for that is the same thing as hiding, is let's just set the ghost effect to 100. So if I set ghost effect to 50, that means it's like essentially 50% transparent. So it becomes like halfway of a ghost. So I'm just going to set it to 100% transparent. So it's still there. The hide actually deactivates some of the features like the save lock. So now we're actually saying, so that's good. Okay. I'm also going to go over to the pen and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say at the beginning of the program, let's set the ghost effect to 100. So it's still technically there, but it's hiding. Okay. That being said, I'm going to stop the program. I'm going to get rid of these and I'm going to use this pen to draw them on the screen. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hide number of wins and number of losses. And instead, I'm going to actually change the background here to just make it black. I just think that'd be more fun. So I'm just going to take the fill bucket, black, and I'm going to fill, whoa, that's not the fill bucket. That's still on the pen. So let's take the fill bucket and make it all black. Okay, so we got a black screen and I'm going to write in, I don't know, some color. We'll pick something. So we'll go to the pen and I'm going to say when I receive a certain message, I want to update. So basically, I don't want a forever loop being like update, update, redraw, because you'll get this blinking and stuff. So instead, I'm going to say when I receive a message, it could be any message, but I'm going to say maybe let's call it like update text. Okay. Then I'm going to redraw everything. So I'm going to clear everything that used to be drawn. And now I'm going to draw new stuff. So I'm going to say go to, I don't know, the top left-ish. So let's go to like -100 and up like 100. There's still a lot of room. This is -240, +180. So we could even go to like, I don't know, -150. Sure. And then what I want to do is I want to use the pen to write a message. So before I do this, I'm going to set the pen color to, let's go light blue, kind of like a whitish light blue. And I'm going to do this much bigger. Let's maybe say, I don't know, 24, just picking a size. And I want to say a complete message or write a complete message. So I'm going to write wins, and then I'm going to put in the number of wins. Okay, there we go. Let's test it out. So I'm just going to click on it to run it. So wins, that went to the spot after I wrote. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's just duplicate this for losses. And we'll get rid of this and we'll say number of losses. And then we can kind of, whoops, that's got to be in a different spot. Let's go to 0. Okay, so those are my wins and losses. Maybe let's add 50 pixels to each just to kind of put them a little more centered. Ooh, let's go to like 20. I'm just like adjusting it. That kind of looks good. Maybe actually let's go like 0 and -120. Yeah, there we go. So that's my wins and losses counter up at the top. I'm actually going to even shoot it higher. Let's go to like 150 and 150. There we go. Yeah, 140, 140. All right, so now we've got that message, and every time we update it, right, like I could change number of wins by a couple, but until I say update text, nothing happens, and then I say redraw, and now it draws the new updated scores. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here. Now I want to draw the letters of the word across the screen. So I'm going to go down a little bit, start on the left, and right. So what do I want to do? Well, I have my Hangman word being guessed, which is my asterisk, and then letters will start showing up. What I want to do is I want to go to a certain spot. So I don't know, let's say it's at 80 high, and I want to go negative some amount. Okay, and then I want to write. So just like I did here, I want to write. But I want to write one letter at a time because I want to make it big and I want to space them out. You don't need to. You could just literally write the Hangman word, like, I don't know, text size like 50 or something. And it'll look like, what's that? Oh, right. I need to join that together. So yeah, anyways, I was going to loop it anyway. So it's just saying I can't write a list. I need to write an actual text. So let's do it my way. I was going to do it originally. So what we're going to do is use a loop. Okay. Now this is where I'm going to start kind of teasing at what we'll get on Python. So for each, we can rename this. So I'm going to name this to letter in this list. And so now as I run that, it'll be first thing, second thing, third thing. Now the letter is just the name of the variable. I could have named it like slot, or really it's the value in the slot, right? So that's, now I can use this variable and this automatically iterates through every single slot in the list. A regular for loop does the same thing, but it does it only for numbers. The for each loop is really cool because it actually iterates through the values in each slot. Now you can't use this if you need the slot number. If you need to know it's in slot 3 to change it, a for each loop is no good. You use a regular for loop or a regular old, any kind of repeat. But I'm going to use a for each because it automatically does the stuff I want for me. It cycles through every single slot, and all I'm going to do is write a single letter and then change X by some amount. So let's go 50 and 25. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, I did not want to run that. I wanted to run this. So there we go. It's a 4-letter word. Hey, that actually looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little math. If they're 25 apart plus some amount, I don't know, let's say each of these is 20, because if that's 25 apart, then each letter is about 25 long. So what I want to do is I want to move to, and I'm going to do a little math. Now maybe this is too much for you, but what I want to do is take the length of the word, because I want to kind of center it. I'm not going to be too particular, but I want to take the length of the Hangman word, okay? And then each of those will be 50 pixels. So I'm going to divide it by 2. Okay, so that's how many letters will be on the left side and how many will be on the right side. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to multiply that by 50 because that's how many pixels I want to move. And I'm going to multiply it actually by negative 50, and that's where I want to go to. So hopefully this will end up being centered. So I'm going to run the program again, and now let's see. Hey, that's pretty centered. Let's run it again with a different length. That's 5. And when I click this, hey, that's pretty centered. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. All right. So now I've got the UI working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the narrator, and I'm going to say, what letter do you want to guess? Oh, here the word is. I'm not going to do that anymore. Instead, I'm just going to broadcast the message, update the text. So now it updates the text for me. Okay. And then you already guessed that letter, silly. I can pop that up. If you want, you could just write that message. That would be pretty cool. We can add that later if you want. and then correct, wrong, you won, you lost, the word was. Okay, let's test it out. Ready? So here's the game. What letter do you want to guess? I don't know. A? Yes. Oh, I already know the word. It's jazz, so I'm going to guess it. Z? Okay. Let's just double check our gameplay. Z again. Psh, already guessed it. Silly. And then J? Yes. I win. Okay, let's restart. And what letter do you want to guess? And notice when it got here to what letter do you want to guess, it already updated the text. And so now it says I've won one time. So now I want to lose. I'm just going to guess like numbers again. So 1, 2, 3, etc. And the last thing we're going to do is just add some art. Okay, so we've got the working writing on there, which was a cool little mini project. Well, I'm getting to the end of my rope. Ah! Oh, we lost. The word was jazz again. Nice. And so now, oh, we lost. Oh, shoot, dang, some of my words too long. Apocalypse, too long. I'm just going to fix that by making this word shorter. So I'm going to call it goose instead. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do now is add in some Hangman art. So I'm going to add another sprite, and I'm going to call this Hangman art. I don't like spaces in my name, so I'm just going to call it like that. Now, for costumes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some Hangman art, okay? So this is going to be hard to do. I was going to draw it in white. Let's draw it in, I don't know, orange. Actually, two of my favorite colors are blue and orange. This is working out well. Okay, so what I want to do is draw the whole Hangman thing. So I'm going to start with holding shift to make a circle. Woo! There we go. Then I'm going to draw some sticks. Ready? And again, shift will lock this so it's only vertical. And then I want to go this way, and this way. So let's see. Ooh, that's pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of guesses. I don't know. What do you want? Add a hat for 7, some shoes, 7, 8. Or we could just go 6 guesses and make it hard. So whatever you want. Or we could even add the pedestal looking thing. And so you could say, let's add the little thing hanging up, over, down, and then I keep holding shift. That's how I keep getting these straight lines. Okay. So there's my Hangman art. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a little too big, so I'm going to go to looks on my script, and right when the program starts, I'm going to set it up. So I'm going to set the size a little smaller, something like 80%. That's pretty good. And then I want to set up its position and direction. So let's point in normal direction and go to, I don't know, that's 0, 0. So let's go down some, like maybe 50. Hey, this is already looking pretty good. Maybe we could go to the right a little, just so it looks a little more centered. Nope, I liked it at 0. Okay. So there we go. So Hangman's set up. Now we just need to set up a bunch of costumes. So the way I do this is I just duplicate this over and over. And so each time I'm going to remove pieces. So I'm going to edit. So this will be the last one. So I'll leave it there, right? Yeah, because we want to fill it in. So the first costume then. So I'm going to duplicate a bunch of these. And then, no, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, the last one, second to last one, I'm going to erase a leg. Okay? So, whoop, one leg gone. I just grabbed rectangle and transparent color right here, and then I erased that. Okay, boom. Now for the next one, I'm going to edit, and I'm going to go rectangle, transparent, and I'm going to remove both legs. Okay? And then I'm going to duplicate that. Oh, it shows up at the bottom. That's a bummer. And then I want to edit, transparent rectangle, and get rid of the, oh shoot, I'll get rid of an arm because otherwise we won't be able to have a body to connect to. And then I want to duplicate that, move it up here, and I want to do the same thing. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I have all the images I need. And then I can adjust my number of lives if I'm off by 1, because again, I didn't like pick some magic number of lives. Oops, make sure I'm editing this one. Okay, let's again, transparent rectangle here. Let's get rid of that. We're getting close. Let's edit, this, and we'll go, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, and we'll just do the rope as one more. Why not? I don't know. We're just making stuff up. Nah, this is good. Okay, so I'm gonna rename these because I just can't handle this. So this is costume 1. Usually you'd start at 0 in other languages. Whoops. I'm gonna rename this to 2. I'm gonna rename this to 3. Rename this to 4. And now I've got a nice count. So at the beginning, I'll set it to the first costume. And then each time they get a guess wrong, I'll go down. So that's not a lot of guesses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. And if you wanted to add to it, you could add some other thing. Okay. So all I need to do now is say at the beginning, set the costume to, yes, switch to costume number 1. Okay. So game has started. What letter do you want? Oh, that's weird. It kind of cut off a little bit. I'm going to get rid of that. And so now I just want to go over to here. Nope, not there. And what I want to do is I'm going to add another when I receive. So I'm going to say update Hangman art. And that's going to be the method I call. And what that's going to do is say, now you could do this in a couple different ways. You could simply say, actually, you could change this message to next Hangman costume and just go to next Hangman costume. Or another common way we do it is we do a little math. We say, go to like update Hangman art, and then you go switch to costume, and then you put in the costume number based on math. And that's why you could name this. And you would just go, it would be really simple. It would be something like, number of remaining guesses. So it'd be like however many you start with minus this. And so maybe it's like 7 minus. So if you start with 6 guesses, 7 minus 6 would be costume 1. And then after you lose a life, 7 minus 5 left would be costume 2. 7 minus 4 left, 7 minus, etc. So I'm not going to use this one. It's a little more complicated, but it's awesome. I'll just say switch to next Hangman costume. So now I'm going to go over here to the narrator, and I'm going to switch down here where you do something wrong. I'm just going to broadcast the message. Next Hangman costume. All right, number of guesses goes down by 1. Let's see. So right here we'd have, I'm just going to do the math really quick. I'm really bad at counting. So here we would have 0 left over. Oh no, we have 0 is a life. So this would be -1. No, should we have 0? This is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 remaining. So let's change this to 5 at the beginning. Oh, and I should make one more costume that just shows like an unhappy face or something. So let's just paint a new costume, and I'll pick that same color, which is right here. Ooh, that's hard. I'm going to get that color. Shows the color, see on the left there? Oh, but it's doing a terrible job. Let me make it larger. Oh, that's still terrible. I'll just make an orange that I pick anyway. So let's draw. I'll pick an orange. Something like that orange, looks somewhat close. And then I'm going to draw, whoa, not that circle. Okay, I'm going to hold shift. There we go. And I'm going to draw a little unhappy face here. Let's just take the pen and go. I could put X's for eyes, but that's a little too dark for me. Okay, center is centered. Great, that's going to be the last costume. And then that will be you lose. Okay, so let's go back to the narrator. Let's just set the number of lives to, I don't know, 6. And then if it's wrong, we'll try it out. So let's see. Let's guess wrong. 1, wrong, 1 letter. 2, wrong. I'm going to have to move that text so it looks like the Hangman person's talking. Let's see. Do I lose after 1 more? Oh, so let's try. It's got to be 5. Okay. Counting is so hard. Okay. I'm going to also do this. I'm going to move the main narrator a little bit. I'm going to say go to, and instead of 0, 0, we're going to go to like what? That looks like maybe 40 to the right. And we'll see how that works. A little bit more. Let's go like 80 to the right. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, 1. That's pretty good. Maybe I'll change that to 70. Let's see if we got the number of guesses right, and then I think we're done. Oh, we got one more. Wrong. You lose. The word was piano. And then, what letter do you want to guess? And it starts over. Notice though, when it restarted, I never reset the costume. So I need to put a little command in here that says broadcast reset. Whoa, I'm on caps lock. Reset Hangman art. Yes, we could do this more efficiently, but that's okay. And we'll just go over here and we'll say, when we receive reset Hangman art, we will, oh, I can't relabel to get the other. Then we'll just switch the costume to 1. All right, and that should reset. Again, we should always play test. So let's play test now. I'm gonna lose. Oh, it didn't reset. We started with the wrong costume. Here we go, 1. Interesting, why did it go twice to 2 costumes? Or did I just miss a costume? Oh, I'm missing just the head. What the heck? Nobody watching the video helped me with that? What the heck? Okay, we got to put that one back in here. We need just the head. So let's edit this. Oh, and then I got to rename everything. Okay, Pena. Okay. Let's erase the body there. Great. Now we're going to rename this to 2. And then, oh, we can't rename it to 2 yet. We can't. We got to start at the end. Okay, rename. This is 7. 8. Again, there's not the point in renaming that I had before, which was to do the math. I really like that, and that's what I do when we're in text-based coding. Here, it's okay to do it this way. Okay, and now I'm going to go back to the scripts. For the narrator, I'm going to add 1 more life, so my counting was right that first time. I just was missing a picture. Okay, so let's guess 1. We lost 1. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, last guess. Oh, wrong. We lost. Okay, now we're going to try and win, and that'll be the last thing, and we'll end. So the word was awkward. Now we're going to try and win. There we go. I only have so many words, so I know it's piano. And 1 more. Boom. Correct. You win. Everything gets reset up. What letter do you want to guess? Great. So there's the project. I'll post a video. Good luck, you guys. I hope you enjoyed Snap. It's a really good way to get into programming without all the syntax error that when you start coding in language, you're like, I missed a single semicolon and my entire program won't run. But yeah, next is Python. All right, adios.